a lot of these ideas are kind of consciously and subconsciously communicated to young children.
Yeah.
The way we speak about boys, there are expectations around boys, the way we act around them. It doesn't lend
Yeah.
itself to kind of men growing up and all of a sudden being these kind of amazing communicators around their emotions. It just doesn't happen, because a lot of the time we teach boys to be um, to be strong, to
Yeah.
not complain, to not cry.
Yeah.
That old saying, "Boys don't cry." That kind of sums it up completely, really.
Mm.
And there's lots of studies actually that show in schools there is, those kind of those gender roles start from schools, even from teachers may do it
Mm-hmm.
subconsciously as well. There's a charity called the Fawcett Society,
Mm-hmm.
and we're doing a bit of work with them, and they are kind of really big in that space around challenging stereotypes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's damaging for boys and girls. Girls have it too, in
Mm-hmm.
terms of teachers and maybe sometimes even parents not encouraging them to do sport, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
So there's it starts from a young age, and then we kind of get surprised when men get older, and it's like, why can't you communicate your emotions? It's like, I haven't been taught, I haven't been taught to.
Yeah.
So I think it is really important for like parents and teachers as well to just be mindful, I guess, about
Yeah.
how they are bringing up their children and making sure they are not. Then the gender of that child isn't kind of driving some of their parenting decisions, especially when it comes to emotions and communication and stuff like that.
So is that what you would love to see? Sort of that gender stereotyping being really looked at within the family and school network? Do you feel like if we start a lot younger, then things will really start to change, and by the time those boys get to adults, they will be much better communicators and be able to express
Yeah.
themselves more freely?
Yeah, I think it's part of the solution, definitely. I
Yeah.
think sometimes we can look at problems and we're looking at problems, not just this problem, but in society in general, we look at problems when it's too late.
Yeah.
We kind of look at putting a plaster over something rather than looking at the root cause.
Mm.
And when we're looking at suicide rates, like 3 out of 4 suicides are men. And I don't think that's because men have more challenges than women at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it's literally just the way that we deal with our problems and the way we process them and who we speak to
Mm.
about our problems. So there's lots of different things there, and that starts the root of that is we are all a product of our childhood. Essentially,
Yeah.
you go to therapy, it's quite scary the
Yeah.
amount of stuff they'll
Yeah. Oh,
tell you
yeah.
about
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
childhood. So we are all products of that, and I think that's where it has to start. It has to start there, and hopefully if we can do that more
Yeah.
and breed a generation of kind of emotionally literate men, if you like, of people who are able to communicate, who are able to share, who are able to talk about things they find tough, whose friendships are
Mm.
different to maybe traditionally what male friendships have been.
Mm.
I think that will solve a lot of the problems. It's so funny, like even myself, I'm talking like this now, but 6-7 years ago, I wasn't this person.
Yeah.
Ultimately, like even my friendships, based on what I've done, my friendships are completely different now.
Are
This is
they?
with some of the same people,
Yeah.
but we speak on such a different level now, because of experiences, because of
Yeah.
parenthood. Parenthood's a big one. But just personal experiences, life humbles you along the way,
Yeah.
and you realize actually, as a human being, there's going to be ups and downs. I've had some great times over the last years. I've had some amazing experiences, like literally life changing, great stuff. Also, some difficult things around, loss and all that sort of stuff. So I think we need to be able to be whole, and we need to be able to talk about both